so today we are going to talk about neck and kind of upper shoulder pain or bicep pain, and some reasons that it might happen and things to pay attention to. So if you're getting some pain up here, it's likely that you're doing a few things on the rowing machine. You might be overusing your arms, or you might be doing something with your neck. So we're gonna go over some of those things right now on the rowing machine. And as always, if you've got questions, just ask. I try and make a video. So the first one is, when you're at the catch, are you death gripping the handle? If you are like death gripping the handle as you start to pull, that's gonna increase your likelihood of overusing your arm muscles. So that's first. Second is, where are you holding? If you're holding really close in, it makes your arms actually have to do this motion, which is increasing muscle usage in here, which could put more strain on your neck muscles as well. So having your arms about shoulder width apart can really help as a good starting point as well. Having a nice loose grip on that handle so it almost feels like it just wants to fly out of your hands, that would be second. Then, when you're at the catch, are you leaning forward and hunching forward? If you are, look what happens between this and this. My shoulder is now kind of up towards my ears versus now they're back and down. So now my shoulders are down, now they're kind of at my ears. Down, at my ears. So that right there is already causing these muscles to work more and be a little bit more activated during the rowing movement. So what position are you on here? Sitting up nice and tall, getting those shoulders back so that you're engaging these muscles here to really help get that movement so that when you push through your legs, it connects all the way through your core into your arms. Versus where there's a little bit of a lag, which makes you have to use your arms a little bit more. Next is, as you row, do you notice if your elbows are bent? If your elbows are bending a little bit, it's likely that you're gripping, even if you're not death gripping, you're gripping a little bit more and probably using your arm muscles a little bit more than you need to. Another thing that could be happening is when you're in the back position. Sometimes when we try to use our arms a little bit more, we end up really bringing our shoulders up and back, but that upward movement is using my upper trap muscles. So that could increase some of that strain into the neck as well, and especially up into that shoulder kind of area, so shoulder and neck. So pay attention to that as well, whether or not you're really using, so if I do some strokes here, and I get some real power through it, are you nice and smooth, or are you coming up and doing this kind of thing? So when you're rowing, if you pay attention, if you start to feel something there, that will give you a little bit of a clue on what you're doing. Another thing is, where's your head? Now, different rowing machines have things in different places, the screen. If you notice my screen is down, I do that for my own reasons because I don't like to actually look at the screen when I row. But if you have the screen in certain spots, or even if not, sometimes what happens is when we're rowing, you might end up doing this where you end up looking down, or even more so, people often end up looking up and then neutral. So as they row, it's like they're leading the stroke with their head, and I'm over-exaggerating it, but because they're using their shoulders first, their head is getting into some different positions. So if you look, here I'm forward, and then I'm like in this chin tuck position. So what is your head doing throughout the movement? So when you're rowing, record yourself from the side and look, is my head doing funky things, and am I leading with my head? All of those kinds of things could increase strain on the trap and on your shoulders and on that neck. So your trapezius muscle is actually really long. So it's broken up into 3, upper, middle, and lower. And it looks like a triangle. So it runs along your back, and then it comes out and like this. So it looks like a triangle. It's really windy outside. But it's basically runs down like this, up and across, and then up, and it actually comes all the way up here and then goes down that spine. And you have one on both sides. So this muscle here is our upper trap. If we're overusing this, we might end up feeling it up the neck because the muscle's attached. So pay attention as you're rowing. Where are you feeling things? When are you starting to feel it? Are you feeling it as you're more fatigued, or are you feeling it at the beginning of your row? When is it happening? And that can also help you kind of pinpoint when to record so you can really watch and see what's happening while you're rowing. But those are pretty much the things to look at. Are you death gripping? Where are you holding that handle? Are you hunched, or are you sitting up in a good position? Are you bending those elbows a little bit quick, which means you're likely overusing these muscles? Are you doing kind of a scoopy thing? What's your head doing? It's a nice short recap where I look like a duck. Anyways, if you have questions, just ask, and I hope that this helps.
Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I put new things out weekly so you can get new information. You can also join the Keep Rowing Longer Facebook group where you can ask your questions and get your questions answered quickly. So if you're interested in that, I'd love to see you there. There's a link in that description below, and I hope to see you there and chat soon.